Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
What is up, beautiful people? I'm so excited. Well, we're so excited to be back, y'all. Welcome to season 2. We took some time off, but we're back, y'all. We got so much to talk about. So for those of you who are new, I'm Dante.
I'm Ashante.
And we're sisters, and this is a Woman's Tale podcast, y'all. We started this just to have something, a platform for women to come and talk about our perspective, but also a platform for us to have, men to come on here and, have a voice as well, y'all. So we're not men haters, but we do keep it all the way real, okay? And then our guest of the hour today, I'm going to let him take the mic and introduce himself.
Hello, everybody. My name is Swavy. I'm a barber. I can get you right. I can always go by Swavy got me wavy. Check out my IG. It is Swavy _got me wavy _. I gotta see it. I'll put it up.
Yeah, we'll put it in the description for y'all. So make sure y'all follow him.
I'm sorry, pause.
Make sure y'all follow him, y'all, and check him out.
Okay, y'all. I just want to say we missed y'all. Welcome back. Season 2, A Woman's Tales podcast. So yeah, like Buki was saying, or Dante was saying, we got Swavy here. And I just I'm looking at Swavy like he's giving like a member from Boyz II Men or something.
R&B, that's my vibe.
Yeah, like what type of music you into? Because it's giving you be singing to your girls and stuff. Like what vibe is it?
I'm an R&B. I love R&B.
Okay,
that's all I really do vibe to, for real.
What's your favorite R&B song?
Oh,
or group or singer?
There's a lot. What was I listening to? I was listening to John B when I got here on my way here.
Okay, I like John B.
Okay, the Caucasian. Okay.
Don't listen to what people say. That's that shit.
Yes. So R&B actually is my favorite too, especially the 90s, y'all. My favorite artist, I'm gonna have to say, is Whitney Houston. Okay, I really feel like that is my auntie. I just want y'all to know. But I vibe R&B. But I like a lot of genres too, actually. A lot of other genres are growing on me. But R&B, top tier, for sure.
For me, it's given y'all. They're both Libras, so they be on I guess they on the same vibe. For me, it's giving like neo soul. I'm really a instrumental type of person. Like I love some FKJ, some Sundrop Garden, some Erykah Badu, some Ari Lennox. That's my vibe.
Vibes.
But I've been on some Doja Cat lately. Like I said what I said. So yeah, let's get right into the topic of today, Biggie.
All right, y'all. So the topic of today, which we already had an episode on this, but let me tell y'all something. A lot has happened and transpired over this last year, let me say. Mm-hmm. So just for a little background, the last time we talked about relationships and dating, I was married, and she was doing what she was doing.
And I was doing what I was doing.
He was doing what he was doing. So she was in a relationship. I don't know. So listen, y'all, a lot has happened over the last year, and I am newly divorced, no longer married. So my perspective on a lot of things has changed, and just me stepping into the dating scene, I've just started to already see and learn a lot of patterns that I wanna tap into with y'all. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about the dating pool, y'all. So before I even got out here, which I was not excited to be out here at all. Everybody's like, the dating scene is trash, it's trash, it's trash. And I'm like, but why? So why y'all think the dating scene is so trash?
Can I say something?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like the dating pool is trash just because of the mindsets of people. Mm-hmm. I feel like, it's a lot. I can go on and on, but I feel like social media really plays a very, very huge part of, the dating pool, and just their mindsets on, it's all about money. It's all about materialistic things, for real. Or it's all about just, sex with a guy. It's what's in it for me.
It's giving Libra.
What? What do that even mean?
No, it's just it's not genuine no more at the
Yep.
end of the day. Like, and also too, you can get access to someone like too much from social media.
Let me say that I feel like the dating scene or the dating pool is like really just trash because we have a society have attachment issues. So everybody is attached to somebody, and you're carrying that person in every new connection, new relationship that you have. And it makes it very difficult to build new relationships and new connections because we have a hard time letting go.
I agree.
I agree with that. I think that, yeah, right, to a certain extent. I think that a lot of the problems that we deal with in our dating society now is people don't take the time to A, heal from old things, and B, to really learn themselves. So I feel like a lot of times when people are getting into things, I feel like it's all like kind of like a selfish mindset because it's all these people trying to fill voids of things that they're, carrying from their past or whatever. So they're looking for these people to fill these certain types of voids. And when they don't, it's like, oh, I'm out, or I'm a ghost this person. Speaking of ghosting, what y'all think about that? Because I feel like I do not want to ghost somebody. I just feel like it is so mean.
Me, I ain't gonna hold you. It's like this. Like, I'm very like ghosting. It's depending on what that person do to me, for real. So at the end of the day, it's just like I got very low tolerance for all the bull crap.
So I feel like ghosting, like if you're texting a person that you're getting to know and say like you realize you're not interested and you just boop, done, nothing else to say type. Like I feel like that is rude.
I think that communication is a big thing that we also struggle with. But sometimes I think that ghosting is necessary. Like you don't always owe everybody an explanation.
Right,
it's just like, okay, I'm not interested. I don't ever have to see you or talk to you again, and that's okay. I think we also grew to be a very sensitive society where it's like, oh, you ghosted me, but it's like I honestly didn't know you, so it's okay.
What's the big deal about it?
Yeah, like okay.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I guess I honestly think like I'm a really nice, genuine person. I feel like
here.
sometimes it's like a character flaw of mine though, because I feel like I'm like too nice. For instance, like a lot of people will say you don't owe nobody no explanation, and I'm feeling like, well, I should say this or that.
When you're building with somebody and it's actually like, oh, we actually built a connection. We went out on a few dates and we had great conversation, and all of a sudden I'm not hearing from you. Then I can see that like, oh, like you never explained to me or I never explained to you. But when it's like, oh, you said we was going to go out on a date and you ain't never confirmed. You ain't never sent me nothing. I don't want to hear from you. Like, I got standards and you, sorry.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say standards is boundaries.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with having boundaries as a woman and also as a man. So at the end of the day, sometimes people don't know how to respect the boundaries and everything. And another thing that stood out to me, you said that, you were saying understanding and communication, but I feel like it's really also really just comprehension. Comprehension is everything for real. You can tell somebody something and they don't really get it for real. They only twisting it up in their own ways. They're not taking the time to be like, hey, look, what you mean by that or anything, just to see where you coming from for real. So that's what I really think it is for real too.
Yeah, one thing that I've noticed, y'all, that it really bothers me. So y'all got to tell me, maybe I'm tripping because I'm new to this. I feel like the dating pool reminds me so much of y'all remember that movie Two Could Play That Game?
Well, I ain't see that,
that
in a
was
minute.
one of
I
my
ain't seen that in a
favorite
minute.
movies growing up. Y'all know the girl's name was Shantae.
Oh yeah.
I love that movie.
I feel like dating is literally that. It's like Two Could Play That Game.
Oh, it is, definitely.
And it's like, why we gotta play games though? Like it's like so strategic. Like
It really
you know
is.
what? All right, he texted me. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna text him back before 20 minutes. Or I don't want to reach out because I don't want to seem too thirsty. I don't want to tell her I like her because of But it's like, why can't we just be clear and just say, like, if I feel like I like you, like, what's wrong with me saying that? If I'm on my phone and you text me, why can't I just text you back?
I think that it's important to understand like everyone has like a different attachment style. And I think that goes into like, how people communicate. Like, for instance, people have an anxious attachment style or a secure attachment style. And people who have a secure attachment style, they're very clear about what they want, they communicate very efficiently. And it's not really a lot of that like games. But people who have anxious attachment styles who feel like, oh, if I say this, if I do this, she may respond like this, and they're overthinking the situation. You know what I'm saying? They respond like a little bit differently because they have to feel like, oh, this person actually does care. This person actually, wants me. Now I could. You know what I'm saying? So it does really depend on the type of attachment style you have. That. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, it definitely do. It definitely do. I like how you broke that down though too.
It makes sense, but it also feels like a lot of people just not processing and knowing themselves before trying to go and like date. And that's what makes it so confusing.
I mean, it's also about like attraction, like who you're attracting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if a person who has that type of attachment style that is playing games, you're attracting that person like for a reason.
I think that was like a little shot at me. I don't know, but
no, it wasn't. It was literally at me. But
oh, maybe I misread.
But like honestly, the truth is like you really do. It's sometimes it's not always you attract who you are, but it's like
I was just about to
you
ask
attract. Who you are.
No, you know what? I also actually asked your question, so you don't forget what you were about to ask.
What question?
I thought you was about to ask something.
No.
I feel like you also attract what you allow. Right. Like, just like I said, I feel like I'm too nice. I feel like that's a character flaw because I feel like people like to play in my face because I be letting stuff slide. Because I try not to take things too personal because I know everybody be just like a little bit slow sometimes. But
why slow?
Slow down.
Another adjective.
I know.
No, slow, man. You being you.
Okay, listen. I'm telling you, I feel like 8 times out of 10 when I'm talking to somebody, I be like, nah, a little bit, just a little bit. But what I was saying was, I feel like it's also to what you allow. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, like I feel like I struggle with feeling like I'm being mean or just like, why are you playing in my face? Like, why would you say this type of thing? And why would I even like let you say that to me? Type of thing. So then people who play games, they play games with you when you let them, right? Mm-hmm. But I was going to say, so when it comes to dating and, finding the person, what y'all think about the like chasing, the pursuing? Which I really wanted to ask you because I saw you post something the other day.
What I post?
You posted something and you said it was something like I wouldn't dare ever chase a woman.
What?
No.
He said I would not chase a woman
he
because
said I don't chase booty.
She saw it.
And then it said, if you, I don't know, I gotta look at it.
And it said, I'll tell you, and it said if you chase a woman now, you will have to chase her for the rest of your life.
That's not true.
Right. So I wanted to ask you your opinion on that.
Do you feel like men should be pursued?
I feel like it should be both ways.
Hell no.
Wow. But in a woman's terms is a man is sassy. When a woman when a man
right now.
When a man not even want a woman to chase him, but at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with from a woman to show their interest into a man.
Women naturally I feel like women naturally, when we are interested in a person, we're interested in you.
Come again, say what?
Huh?
Come again, say what?
I don't think that, I don't necessarily.
Maybe
thank
I'm
you. Two times.
I'm projecting then because with me, if I'm interested in a man,
so speak from your perspective.
I'm interested in you.
Tell us how.
Like I am just like very responsive.
I'm gonna still watch. I'm gonna get that post. I'm sorry.
I'm very responsive. Like I'm very like available to you. Like I'm not playing games if I'm interested in you. Like you know what I mean? Like I really want you to know that I'm interested in you. I make it very known. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I feel like that's women. Period. Like why would you not want a man? Because once a man knows you're interested, like you can literally get him to do whatever you want for him.
Cap.
You don't agree?
Cap. I don't agree on that. You can get a man to do whatever you want once a woman show that you're interested. No, because you got some got some fuck. I'm sorry for my language, but you got some fuck niggas that be on some shit like she's on my dick, and that's what it is for real. So that's why I said cat for real. Then you got some in to show their interest and shit like that for real. When a woman's showing their interest, it's reciprocated at times. Not at times, but it's reciprocated. But
So when you're interested in somebody and you want to talk to this person, do you let them know that? Or do you let them come to you? Which type of person
I'm
are you?
showing it. But I'm also definitely communicating it, letting them know that I am interested in them.
And then you want them to
Be able to reciprocate
show
that thing
you
back.
that they're interested in
So
you.
I think that there's a difference between pursuing, chasing, and reciprocating energy. Because
I agree.
I'm the type of person, I'm on some like, if we already established that I like you, I love you, great. Like I don't have a problem taking you on a date. I don't have a problem texting you first sometimes. I don't have a problem calling you. I'm not going to say you got to be the one to call, text all the time. But it's different when you're not to that point yet.
You're absolutely right.
Like, it's like, I'm not going to be reaching out to men like, hey, but I mean, like, I don't even know what I would say.
I'm not doing that. I'm
Like,
not-
why
I'm
wouldn't
not,
you know
I
what you
don't,
would say?
because I feel like when men want something, they naturally go for it. I don't feel like
Exactly.
women have that instinct.
Men are so
Women do.
ambitious.
And
they're-
women are too.
I mean,
yeah,
true.
in a different way.
I feel
though.
like men are innately ambitious. Women
Women
have been
shoot their
conditioned
shots.
to be ambitious.
Women will shoot their shot. And listen, women, I feel like y'all
But they do it because
should.
they feel like they have to sometimes. I don't feel like women should have to.
You shoot your shot because you don't want to miss. Okay?
That's
if
the
Michael
same
B.
thing with a
Jordan.
man, though. We don't want to miss.
But I feel like y'all used to missing
Y'all
that.
are
Y'all
hunters.
used to
Men
missing.
are hunters to me. Like, y'all go out, y'all see what y'all want, y'all go for it, and y'all might miss it. Like, it's like a lion. You might not get that food that you chasing.
All right,
But you gonna keep going.
But what are us? What is men going for? Like now, what's the initial thing that men look at first? Your body type, how you look, how you carrying yourself for anything. Nowadays in the society, is BBL central, so people's gonna go off. People's gonna go off. Damn, she got a fat ass, or damn, like she's definitely carrying herself nice and everything. But nowadays, people go off of the body type first.
I mean, men
that's
are
what we
lookers.
also look at, like first, like so. At the end of the day, it's just our testosterone. We see that, all right, yeah, all right, you know, you get what I'm saying? But that's just in us men. But at the end of the day, it's just like that's what we're going off first. I'm being honest. Like we go off of that first, and then however it takes, honestly. And it's not.
I mean, women are the same. Like, we don't go for men that we don't view as attractive. Like, we're going for a man that is attractive.
Okay, let me ask y'all something while we're on attraction. Name one thing that you find unattractive. Like, if you see a woman, you'll be like, oh, no. Name one thing.
Loud
Loud?
and obnoxious.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
you too loud and you just ghetto. Be safe. Yeah, I'm a laid back guy, so I can only go off of me.
Yeah, I'll be loud
Like,
and get it.
yeah, but when I first meet you or anything else, it's just like
Okay.
you're doing way too much.
All right, name one more.
Squares, cigarettes.
Oh, cigarettes? Yeah.
Go do some push-ups.
Those are-
Sorry.
cigarettes are nasty. Okay. All right, Shante, what's one thing that if you see a man out, you immediately find unattractive?
Attractive. I would
Can I say
say,
one?
what?
Flashy.
I do not like flashy men.
There you go.
That's
See,
so
I
funny.
hit it right on the nose.
I do not like flashy men. But one thing that I see that is unattractive, I would say just like the way you're carrying yourself, you know, your mannerisms, the way you're talking to, you know, people, the way you're talking to maybe like a bartender or a waitress or, you know, someone in retail. I don't know. It's just like your mannerisms are really important to me.
Right.
Like how you're especially with women, like how you're
Respect
talking
that.
and respecting women.
Okay. So one of the things, y'all don't think I'm weird either. One of the things that I will see and that will turn me the other way is your fingernails. I swear.
I'm about to get them done too. So
But let me
I had to look at that. I'm sorry.
Y'all fingernails, y'all men have to maintain and do y'all fingernails because
Facts.
clip them down, have them at least even, But that
One thing
I'd
about
be
me,
like,
I got
okay,
a
when
nail
I was in a
appointment
relationship with
Tuesday.
my man, I
Yeah.
clipped his nails and his toenails every week.
yeah,
I
That's
sure did.
good.
I sure
Hold
did.
on. Hold on.
Hold up.
Let's
I'm not gonna
let's
say that.
rewind that back. So hold on. You said that you clip your man or just somebody?
My
you
man.
talk- okay,
my
your
man. Yeah. Not
My
just
man,
friend.
my man.
man. Yes.
Pause.
You got a man?
Pause.
When I did.
Oh, we did.
You're
Okay,
being
and
funny.
you said you
I did. I would.
Okay.
I would.
you just
take
do
care
his
of that.
nails.
Mhm.
You do nails?
No.
All right, so you just there's nothing wrong with that. That's a
Yeah.
that's a what do you call that? You would call that a love language.
Yeah, that was his love language.
All right,
Actually.
that's what's up. That's what's
I
up.
just like did that for him.
Well, that's very nice of you.
That's nice.
So,
Different.
Yeah, different. So, so whenever y'all date,
Every week.
yeah,
Every week.
Every week. Cause
But you know what? I can appreciate that because at least he wants to get his nails clipped every
Yeah,
week.
he
Some men
did.
don't care. Some men don't care, y'all. Y'all got to clip y'all nails and y'all toenails.
and
wait
y'all
at least-
toes.
And y'all toenails.
I'll wait at least week and a half, 2 weeks. I get these things done.
Yeah, like I'm not
Y'all.
even saying y'all got to go get them done, but at least clip them, have them even, you know, like
Clean them. Make sure
don't
they're
have-
clean.
yes, make sure they're clean. Okay.
Well, I got my nails done a little bit, but I got mine
Okay,
on Tuesday.
Yeah, okay. All right. So one thing that you find attractive, as soon as you see somebody that you're like, oh, I like that.
Hold on, can I? But you just said only nails.
That's just
all?
one. That's just one that I
Okay,
can think
so
of.
what else?
Unattractive.
Yeah,
Um.
don't just say one and then.
Okay. Mouth. I look at your mouth. So, and your teeth.
Okay.
Yeah. So I like to see nice teeth. You
That's
know,
good.
a nice smile. If it's not giving that, then I'm just like,
Same here though.
Yeah,
Same here.
not so much.
I'm
not
very
so
picky
much.
too. So
Are you picky?
very.
So what you picky about?
We're gonna go back into the thing. We'll get back to that.
So, oh yeah. So, one thing that you find attractive when you see somebody, you're like, oh, I like that.
Ooh,
One, to a good one.
back to what your sister said. Mannerism. Mannerism is everything. It's how you carry yourself. What you wear. Yeah, that's it for real. Honestly,
So you like somebody who could dress nice, or just like they just gotta dress all right,
I like someone that can dress nice.
like real nice? Yeah. Okay.
I like that. That's.
Fire.
But
Fire.
also, mine is really mindset too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, but that's mannerism. That's coming into your mannerism.
But that's
your
not something
mindset
that y'all
thing.
can see from a person. Like if you, I'm saying, if you just like see a person out and you,
Yes, you can. You can see the way.
You can
somebody-
see what carry
mindset, you
themselves.
can't see a
Yeah.
mindset.
I said
No, but
mannerism.
mannerism
yes,
is
but a
everything,
mindset,
like-
no, you won't know that until you start to
But
actually
that
talk to that person.
that
Like,
goes
when you see
into
somebody-
their mindset too of how they carry themselves.
yeah.
When you see somebody that you're attracted to, you're looking at them, you're watching them. You know what I'm saying? You're filling them out with your eyes. So
Mhm.
you definitely can see a person's like mannerisms for sure.
Right. And that plays into mindset, right?
I mean,
A
I
little
think
bit of
I
it,
think
not
does,
too much, but a little
because
bit.
then you have to make a conscious decision to be like
Show-
respectful and like kind. Like it's not always easy to just be those things.
Oh,
For me.
what
For
you
me,
mean? What do you
it
mean?
is.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm just saying,
I'm trying to be on the same page.
just
I'm
like as a
sorry.
person. You know what I mean? It's just like not.
It's not easy for you to be nice.
No, it's easy to be nice, but I feel like it's a lot easier for people to be like mean and nasty. You know what I mean? To people that they just don't know, they don't care about, they don't value.
Damage.
Yeah.
I call them damaged
Okay.
people.
So yeah, something that I'm attracted to. Off rip. I definitely like style. I do like a person with a certain style. Like you don't even have to be the most like handsome physically, but like if you got this like style, and not even your style,
like
like
your
this-
aura.
Aura, yeah,
your
your
aura.
aura,
You
yeah,
carry
I
yourself
see
like
what
you
you mean.
swag away your shoulders and
Yep,
back, like
yep.
you know. It's just like that to me is just like attractive.
Like
Okay.
confidence.
Yes,
like
I
a
love
man
a
who is
confident
confident
man.
in himself, like, and you could just tell
Even
off
if
the
you're
way that he's-
ugly, like you know you're ugly.
No, time out, because you can be, but
You
you
walking
can
around like you the
Like,
best looking
you
man.
can't-
I'm like,
Period.
oh,
And you are,
you.
and is, you are him, and you are.
That's him.
So word, that's funny.
But as soon as I'm mad, you ugly. Like,
See?
It's like, no, that's
See,
not
See?
great.
she ain't.
But
She's
when
not
the-
even joking. That's
But
the
when the
thing.
roles is reversed, it's a problem.
It is a problem.
People hate when they get a them on them.
And do that's what you call what? A twin flame?
No, that's not a twin flame.
Oh, I don't know.
No, that's not a twin. Yeah, that thing gets
I thought
you.
it was. I
No,
thought it
Yeah,
was.
we should do a podcast on twin flames.
Yeah, that's nice. That would be.
I love
nice.
twin flames conversation.
Okay, well,
I
thought
gotta
it
get
was.
used to that. I gotta know more about that. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
don't know
gonna
too much
put my
about all
perspective
the
on that.
lingo and everything, y'all.
Right.
But all right, so when y'all dating,
You
are
didn't answer.
oh, what did I
Answer what?
Like, what you're attracted to.
I think I have to agree with you.
Okay.
Just like aura, like I feel like an aura, you know, like I really like that. I vibe with
Yeah,
that.
it is fine.
Uh-huh.
Like, you feel
I
like
vibe
you
with
that
that.
man. You that man.
Be that man.
That Libra scale.
But
is
you gotta
scaling,
keep
huh?
that energy up.
Scaling.
Like,
Scaling.
What was that? Oh, so when y'all dating, are y'all more of like a texter or a caller? Like y'all like the text or y'all
FaceTime
like
me.
the call?
FaceTime me.
Mhm.
I don't. I'm the worst
I'm a
texter.
texter.
Okay.
I can't. I'm not a texter because at the end of the day, I might be ADHD, whatever you want to call it, but
Mhm.
things catch my mind real quick. Like
Yeah.
I could be texting you, the next minute you know something. Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
And then I'm like this, like oh. Then I forget to text you back.
Then you ain't texting.
Call me.
I'm
And
not a good communicator at all. Like, I don't like you to call me or FaceTime me, and I also like text back really slow. But the effort is not so important to me.
You make it hard to get somebody to get to know you. Then
I feel like if she's not interested, yeah. If she's
That's-
interested, then you'll have the time. of
But
day.
it takes a while for me to even get interested. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
no.
it takes a while for me to get interested in a person. Because I honestly have to like see like your mind, like, you know, and effort is so important.
That's where the FaceTime come in, or just calling someone for real. You feel their energy just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit.
I agree.
I'm not a phone person.
Texting is cool. I don't want to text all day.
You can take the
Because
text
the
message the wrong
can-
way though.
The text can
You
literally
can.
go all for a whole month. You just texting. It's great.
You like that?
Be
I don't
safe. I'm
mind.
sorry.
You said BC. You said BC.
You got pack that thing. No,
I don't
Me,
mind
I can't
texting.
text. I'm
I don't
sorry.
care about
That's just
talking
me.
on the phone, like, because I don't
Me,
like
I
the
know how to keep
forced
a conversation, so-
Same.
Okay,
I will talk.
I don't like to force it.
I don't force nothing, but I can talk
that's
to you
the
all
people
day.
you don't like.
Yeah.
But if a person know how to keep a conversation,
Then
you don't.
I don't mind talking to them.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. But you know how to keep a conversation on air, so you're doing real well.
So, I think that I like a little bit of both. Like I like the text here and there, but I more so would like to talk on the phone because I'm a talker, y'all. I will talk your head off. Actually, somebody told me one thing that gets on his nerves about me is that I ask too many questions. But I just like to talk. I like to
Who asked that?
what? I like to I like to she threw me off. Y'all, I like to pick people's brains because here's the reason. I feel like people say a lot of things, but they don't process what they're saying. Like they really will just
True.
say it
You
just
gotta
to
just
say
think
it.
about what you're
So when I'm
saying.
asking you like, oh well, why do you feel that way? Or why? It's because I'm trying to get you to actually process what you're saying and not get in the habit of just saying politically correct things. Because that's what I feel like a lot of men do. And I'm sorry. I feel like y'all say things that, oh, I think this is what she wants to
Why are you
hear, or
saying
this is
y'all?
politically correct. But no, actually,
Why is it y'all? Why is it y'all men?
because you're a man. And
Some you could,
some,
I know somebody who hates that categorizing stuff. Too.
yeah, because but women do too though.
women do what?
Categorize?
Yes.
No, I'm saying
Like,
no,
they
like a
hate
man
that.
who hate categorize. I do.
Yeah.
I do hate categorize.
Right. See, we
But
found one right
I
there.
also categorize. Like, so
Bingo.
this one man do it, I'd be like, y'all men, like,
That
y'all
I'm,
be-
I am. I do.
I
be
feel like
y'all,
this.
y'all,
Can I
y'all.
say something
Y'all.
real quick?
Yes,
I'm
say
sorry. I'm
something.
not trying to take it off the topic, but when one person do like, okay, what one man do is just subjected to all men. Why is it that?
I think that I more so was saying it as a joke, but I do feel like a lot of men have a lot of similar traits. So when and like
Absolutely.
you see,
Especially, like,
you see
in
patterns.
cultures.
Yes, you see patterns. So when I say y'all, it's like I've seen this many people do it. So it's like
and black
it must
women
be
too,
a man
or
thing.
women too. You know what I'm saying? Women also have patterns, and you know when it's it's a culture thing or it's a sex thing. Like everybody has patterns. To be honest, that's just what it is.
Yeah. And so I feel like men.
Y'all are all men because for a reason,
But
right?
that don't mean that I do the same thing that he does.
No,
Yeah,
it
that
doesn't.
doesn't mean that.
It doesn't. But I think we just kind of lump y'all all together. Honestly, I feel like
You kind of prove.
until proven otherwise.
You have
I was literally just about to say that.
Prove
Yeah.
yourself kind of like in a way, and that's not healthy, to be
No.
honest.
Maybe
Like you
not.
got to prove to me that you ain't like this other man. You know, we shouldn't be like that. But the truth is that we be like that, like subconsciously. I think.
But y'all don't gotta prove.
I mean, absolutely. I feel like,
we
women
should.
have to prove ourselves to men for sure.
So, how y'all feel about dating people with children?
My longest relationship was with a woman with a child.
A child?
Do you have children?
No, I don't.
How old are you? If you don't mind me
33.
asking. 33.
33.
Jesus,
Jesus'
three
age.
with no children.
No children.
Shout out to a man with responsibility.
I'm a virgin.
So, you said your longest relationship was with someone who had a child.
Right,
And
that's my guy. I ain't
that's,
gonna hold you.
oh,
That's what's up.
that is what's up.
Yes.
So, how do you feel about dating people with children now?
Would you?
That you've experienced that before?
I did. I ain't gonna lie, it's a lot. It's a lot. I ain't gonna hold you. Like the
Especially when you don't
stepdad,
have kids.
So-
yeah, the
Okay,
stepdad role is really a lot, but you learn so much.
Right.
though.
So, can you give us some insight on what it is like to, what it is and what are you doing in that role that you feel like is a lot? Like just a couple things. You don't have to go into specifics, but
okay, it's sometimes it deals with parenting. So certain things, just different views on parenting. Certain things that a mom will do and then a dad will do, but the mom don't agree with it, and it's like,
And you're limited as a
look,
step-parent.
yeah, right. So at the end of the day, it's just like, look, I was once that person. Like, okay, especially like me my situation was, bringing up a young man. So at the end of the day,
Was
I
his
was
dad involved?
yeah, his dad. Me and his dad is very, very close. That's my
what's
boy.
up.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's my boy. Like,
That's what's
and
up. That's
at the end
what's
of the
up.
day, like me and him, I just cut his hair yesterday, both of them, and me and him had a deep conversation that made me even more closer to him. And one thing I could say is that dude right there is a great stand-up guy. Like, and that's my guy right there. And I'll give him the shirt off my back.
no,
Honestly,
that's what's
like.
up.
So I feel like me and him changed the game on, stepdad and, real dad combining to each other. And we did things, me and him and his son
That's what's up.
just did little activities and stuff like that for real. So that was lit for real. But, like I said, with the stepdad role on just dating a woman with a child, like I said, it's different views on things. And I was trying to just tell, that person, like, look, I was once him. So at the end of the day, let me be able to step in because I'm the man of the house right now. Let me be able to just do this, not chastise him or anything else, but let me just be able to steer him into a young man lane. That's what I would say for real. So
That's respectable. I really commend
Right.
that.
So you're more of like when you're dating somebody with kids, you want to be involved type of thing.
it shows your character, honestly, just as a man and also as a woman too. For real, if a man got a daughter or anything else, and it shows your character on what you can teach this. Because what they say, it takes a village to raise a child, right? So at the end of the day, we all can have a helping hand within raising these kids. Because at the end of the day, the society, woo,
Is
everybody want to be like NBA YoungBoy and Lil Durk, and and I ain't even gonna get into it.
I know it's a lot. We could go on and on about kids. It's a lot.
Yeah, but it's also steering other kids into a whole different.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's rough. It's rough,
We're
y'all. It's
not
rough out
saying
here
that
for
they're
these kids.
not. It's just being persuaded to be this, like, and it shouldn't be like that for real. Just
Right.
always be yourself. That's what I stand on. If you don't like me for me, then I don't know what to say. I just feel like every kid should just be themselves and being able to learn how to be able to know what they want. At the end of the day. But
Yeah.
go ahead. I feel like I'm talking a little too much.
No, you're good. So, Shante, what you think? What you think on dating people with children? Would you do it? How
Y'all. To be honest, like dating a man with kids, I feel like is a very different experience than dating, like being a man and dating a woman with kids.
Okay.
Like a single dad, because You know, when men look at women, they look at women into like this role. Like they want you to play a certain role in their life, which requires a lot of service. But the difference is like when a woman like, you know, women naturally take on a lot of responsibility as a parent. And I'm not saying that men don't, but I'm saying women, but women
Right.
do. So like when a man comes in, he kind of got to do like the bare minimum with those kids because the mom is so used to doing everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's not, you know, I'm sure there's men out here who do everything. I'm not saying that. But when you're a woman and you're dating a man with kids and they're not used to like taking on like that motherly role, they're looking at you like, oh, like now you're my woman, you need to be that motherly role for my children and you also need to be that wifely role for me. And when you don't have kids, you know, I think it's difficult. Like that's just really what it boils down to. It's difficult. Because like to build a bond
You're right.
to build a bond and an attachment with kids is something that naturally we want to do, we do, period. But to build it with something that's not 100% certain, you know what I'm saying? Look, shut up.
What do you mean? Hold on,
About
but
that.
what do you mean if it's not 100% certain?
Like you don't know where this relationship is going, but they still have these expectations of you to kind of show up motherly in a motherly way, and you're building this nurturing, loving relationship with these kids, and like you know, you just don't know like what that's gonna look like in the future.
That's why I feel like
I think men have to single dads need to take more time to like introduce women to their children, but I feel like they also kind of need that support and need help.
But you're also a role model too.
Yeah, I get that. I understand that. Like,
Hold up, think about that. Think about that real quick. You're really a role model within this child's life. I'm sorry for cutting you off or anything, but if you're dealing with a man and everything else, and you know, knowing you and everything else, and you give me the vibes is when you like, you like. So at the end of the day, you gonna stand on yours, right? So basically, when you're accepting what comes with him, right? So basically, you also going to show him different characteristics that you have as a woman to be able to show that his child. So basically, is there certain things that a child lack at or anything else you could be able to?
yeah,
You know?
I think that's cool, and that's
I think more so what she was getting at, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, is that I think that people have to really take time to explore their relationship and explore this person before introducing kids into it.
Oh, right,
Because I'm telling y'all, the lifestyle of a parent and a person with no children it's a completely different world.
It's
Like
so
when I say
different.
it is complete, like when I be looking at my friend, like I have children, she don't have no kids, and I have most of my friends don't have kids, and when I just see the life that they live, I be like, this is different.
It's
like
different.
it is so
And
different.
people
So
That's his
really-
responsibility.
As
So
I
when-
think about it, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but it's
Yeah.
like I've built such a strong bond with my nieces and nephews. Like I love
same
them
here.
to the core. I
got
will
too many
do
of them.
whatever for them and to maintain these relationships. And I know for a fact that they will never go anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like even if me and my sister was to like not talk, like I know this relationship is something I have with these kids. But when you're doing that with another person's kid, that hurts. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
When
It
you
does.
like
It does.
never, when you don't even know if I'll ever see this kid again, because me and you at odds, and it's like I'm building this bond, I'm nurturing you, I'm taking care of you, I'm doing all these things for you, and I may not ever get to see you again. It's
But-
like you got to really be careful, you know, with like growing those. Like I said before about attachments, we as people we get attached. You gotta be careful with growing like these attachments to like children, like you know. And I just feel like men personally like that I've dated, like they don't take it slow enough, and you really have to be 100% sure like this
That's
is
both
this is
parties,
a
though.
woman that I don't know because I've never dated a woman with kids, but as a woman who dated a man with kids, I'm saying like this got to be a woman that I know I'm gonna marry, I know I'm gonna be with, that I'm
So
gonna
you like women?
allow.
You said?
No, I'm just
Oh.
saying you was there
Sorry.
for parties, but I'm only
Sorry.
speaking from my perspective. It's like it's hard, it's tough. And, you know, I would do it with a man that I knew that I was going to, like, be with for the rest of my life and really, like, bring this child in like it was my own and nurture this kid and build a bond with this kid.
Respect.
But it's because it's like building a bond with your own kid and then that kid getting snatched from you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who wants to feel that? So, for me personally, like, I'm this big age. I know it's tough to find men without kids, but I personally don't.
How old are you?
I'm turning 30 next year. I don't want to date men with kids unless they're, like, older. Like,
Nah, at the age of 30, you're going to learn so much. You're turning 30, so you're 29 right now.
yeah,
Your mindset is going to change with a lot of things for real life.
I agree.
It's a new chapter within your life. The 20s is over.
Men with kids,
It's
though,
over.
it don't be fun.
So I think for me, I could go either way. I feel like I could date a man with kids.
How many?
Honestly,
You got
Is it a limit?
I don't think there's really a limit. Now, if you
Whoa.
let me say this. I don't think that there's really a limit.
Okay.
But if it's like a lot of different parties involved in the kids, I probably don't want to do that. You know, like if the kids got a lot of different moms, I probably don't want to do that. But no, and I'm for real. But
Girl, don't
Depending
date.
on the person. That's what basically
I mean,
it is.
maybe, but I feel like either way, I could do a man with kids. I could do a man without kids. You know, I
Okay.
kind of do want to experience both. But the one thing that kind of just makes me nervous about someone who doesn't have kids, because just how you were saying, like you just willing to kind of step into that role. A lot of people aren't. You know, so they don't understand the life that comes around just being a mom, a parent. It's like, I don't have a bunch of free time. I don't have all the time in the world to talk to you or do this, or my kids really do come first, for me right now. And
As
I feel
they
like
should.
sometimes people might not understand that. So that just makes me nervous about people who don't have kids. But, I would be willing to try either.
And I think that's understandable. Like, you know what I mean? You
Definitely
got to take that into
understandable.
perspective. Like, this person is coming from a life where they are selfish as they should be.
You're right,
and then
right.
I'm asking them to put me and my children above everything else in their life. And it's like they don't understand the compromise that comes with that. They don't appreciate that compromise. So it's just difficult. But I think for a woman or a man who does have children and decides to date with children, it's a little bit easier because you already stepped into that role. You already know, how to do it. It's like it comes natural.
But for me though, it would take me, and this is just me, not even if you didn't say what you said, it would take a long time for a man to meet my kids.
and I think that's respectable.
You might have to propose to me before you can meet my
They're
kids.
gonna
Like, I
start
don't
loving
know.
this
I
man,
don't know.
getting attached to this man, and one day he gone, and they're
yeah.
like, "What happened?
Yeah,
I really loved him. Like he left an impact on your kid."
Yeah,
Right,
I don't
right.
know. I don't know about that, but
And people don't think about
Like you
that.
said, you got to be careful. You
gotta be
got to be
careful.
careful.
you got to be careful, y'all.
I
But
agree with that.
now that we talked a lot about dating, once you're in the relationship, there's a couple things that I want to talk about. One being, I feel like, why is it that I feel like a lot of men, I'm not going to say y'all, but I feel like a lot of men
Some.
are emotionally incompetent. Why do you feel like men are like that?
Now, I can go into, like you said at the beginning, both of y'all said it's healing. It's definitely healing. You got to be able to, be comfortable within yourself and heal from the past traumas that you had, from childhood traumas to motherly, daddy, whatever it is. It's definitely healing. Me, I'm in therapy. So at the end of the day, I
Love
tell
that.
everyone
Right.
Love that.
to
for
get
you.
in therapy, honestly.
It's
Like,
giving
I
Libra.
really,
It's
It's
giving
giving-
Libra.
it's
No, it's just
Is
giving-
Libra season still?
yeah.
That's what
It's
it's
forever
like.
leaving this evening.
Yes, Libras.
Forever Libra season.
Shout out to the Libra in therapy.
Shout out
okay?
to the Libras in therapy, okay?
Man, shout out to everyone that's in therapy.
No, for
honestly,
That
Yeah,
part.
seriously.
honestly, because mental
think
health
that's
is
like-
it's really, that's a serious topic for real. That's something too that you
Yeah,
can-
that is that's
that's
actually
another
one on
topic.
mine.
Yeah.
But I just feel like sometimes men they're not as good as expressing their emotions. Saying what's on your mind. I feel like they bottle a lot in.
I'm
that,
learning.
And
I
that
could say
plays
that.
a lot into relationships. Like men really don't like to talk.
I feel like they
about,
express their emotions in anger.
Can I
not
say
all
something?
of them.
And
I don't
I'm
feel
not
like-
necessarily saying violence, but I'm saying like it's anger. So it might mean the silent treatment, which is, not healthy. Or, that might look like, them, I don't know. Like, it could look like a lot of different things, but I feel like a lot of men, they're so easy and quick to express anger. Quicker and easier than any other emotion. And I feel like that's how they categorize emotion, like in an angry way.
I'm speaking from my perspective. A lot of the reason why we bottle emotions is because at the end of the day, they get used against us. So basically, you can be literally talking to your girl, and the next minute y'all get into an argument. That's the same ammo that she's using against you. So that's why we bottle that shit up for real. Because at the end of the day, a man gotta hold a lot. We gotta do a lot for a woman and everything. And that's why we really just, how can I explain? Let me slow down. It's just basic because my mind is just going for real. But I'm only speaking from my perspective, but I feel like it happened from a lot of us men that when we are, what they call it, when we are
emotionally incompetent,
vulnerable to a woman, we sit there, we give you a little bit of it, and that little bit get used against us just when some women, not all women, when some women are mad.
But that also happens with women, and I think that's like the difference between men and women is that y'all are so logical, and like that's a logical thing to do. Like, you know what, you showed me I can't express myself to you, I ain't gonna do it again.
Right.
But women, because men do this to us too, like they use our emotions against us, they play on our emotions so much, but we still like want to show it. We still gotta give it. We're not thinking logically like, oh, you tried me last time with my emotions. You know what I'm saying?
But
my
women
weakness.
are emotional. Y'all's emotional.
Right, and y'all are logical. So I felt like your answer was very logical. Like it makes sense to not want to express yourself when somebody uses your feelings to hurt you.
Right.
And we as women, we gotta learn that because it's like we get hurt too with our feelings.
But just look, for women, just advice. This is to all women: make your man feel comfortable. If you're going to beat her with your man, beat her. Like really beat her 10 toes, because at the end of the day, that's all. That's all I would like. And I know for other men, it will be, be solid with me. If you're going to rock with me. And make me feel like I can be able to trust in you, to be able to give you how I feel and my dark secrets and different type of things like that, for real, of stuff that I hold in. I wouldn't say dark secrets, but there's things that I hold in. I want a woman to be able to, I can be myself with. There's not too many women that you can be yourself with, honestly. And that's the vice versa too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think that's vice versa. Because think about all the women that be getting exposed, like, you know what I mean, when they being vulnerable sexually.
That's childish. That's childish behavior.
That's what I'm saying. It's childish behavior on both ends. Like, women are vulnerable, and like that get thrown in your face when men telling you, like, when you telling a man, oh, I got daddy issues, and they throw that in your face every time. They might see it instead of trying to understand, like, where you coming from. Like, it's vice versa.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be able to help you uplift yourself on them daddy issues, honestly. That's just me, just being a grown man. So
like they're just, like, making excuses for throwing pain in somebody's face.
You didn't hear what I said.
You did? I don't think you did.
I did. He said, I'm just trying to, like, basically hold you accountable.
Cap.
But that's what women do. You don't think women do
that?
See,
you see? That's not what he said. That's not what I even said. What did I say, sister?
I feel like you said you're the type of person that wants to help you realize those issues.
That's called holding accountable.
And grow from them.
But that's holding someone accountable.
No, it's not.
Not necessarily.
It's not. I'm trying to help you up. I'm trying to help you overcome them daddy issues.
Okay, so I'm saying, but I'm saying this, like, if I'm telling you I got daddy issues, blah, 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 and then you see those daddy issues come out, I'm saying, like, sometimes men use that against you, they throw that in your face, and you came and said, oh, well, that, me, I'm just trying to da-da-da-da. Like, that was, to me, an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Because what if a woman's trying to do that to you when they're bringing up something that you brought up in a vulnerable space also?
If I have mommy issues.
Right. And so a woman bring that up, and they're like, that's me trying to help you, me trying to.
You're using that as ammo, but I wouldn't say expect, but I would want a lady to help me be able to grow on them issues. Because at the end of the day, whatever my mom did to me, don't have nothing to do
Oh
with you.
my gosh! Please say that one more time for the people in the back.
It
I
don't
feel like we
have
don't.
nothing. It don't have nothing to do with you at all. So at the end of the day, just help me be able to overcome that pain.
I feel that.
So
I feel that.
I don't know. It's therapy just be hitting me so
I think
hard.
therapy is so essential. I really do.
It
But I
very
think
is.
that mommy issues come out in ways that are subconscious, just like daddy issues.
You're right.
And that's
You're
what I
absolutely
mean
right.
by when you start to bring those issues up in a way to, like, when you say, you know, I'm bringing these up because I'm trying to, I think women do that too. Like, you know, like, this is a part of your mommy. This is what you're doing. This is what you're showing me. And you might, as a man, feel like, oh, you're using my pain against me.
But it's
But I
not
think
what you
y'all- I
say,
think-
it's how you say
Right.
it.
I think y'all are talking about two different things, kind of, in a way.
No, I see. I absolutely.
I get
see
what
where
both of y'all
she's
are
coming
saying, but
from.
I do feel like it's two different things. Like, you're talking about men who intentionally
Use that against
you. Like, you told me this in a vulnerable space, and when I'm mad, I'm gonna use that against you. Like,
Right.
that's why you got And he's saying that we can come together as partners and uplift each other and overcome these traumas and the things that we
Right.
dealt with in our
That's
past.
what I'm saying.
Did I hit that?
No, you hit that thing on and on.
Okay. So that's what I think y'all are talking about. All right. I got one more topic, y'all, and then we really got to wrap it up.
Okay.
Because this is a big one that I feel like I've been hearing a lot. Men always talk about how they want this feminine energy
Girl,
around
this
them.
is a whole podcast.
No, real quick.
conversation.
Feminine energy. What does feminine energy look like to you?
Feminine energy look like to me? I'm seeing so much of. I can't. Even, I just feel like we always talk about this word submissive, like, but
What's submission?
submission,
What does that look like to you?
submission,
Yeah.
submission.
I would
is
like to know.
sexualized. Like, you submit.
Oh, it's like it's a sexual thing.
That's, but it's submitting.
So what's submitting? Yeah, submitting.
Like, you got to.
I'm just interested to see what you got to say.
On it, but that's both ways for. I feel like that's both ways
So
for
men
men
and
and
women?
women. I feel
I
like
agree.
a man can submit to a woman
I
and a
love
woman
that.
can submit to a man. So I can say is that it's really bringing out your true self. Like, I have yet to experience that, so I can't really speak on that for real.
Like, in what
honestly.
way? Like,
and
you
I would
have,
like
like-
to experience a woman that's submitful. To
Have
me.
you submitted, you think, to a woman?
To a certain extent, yeah, I did.
Or you feel like women submit to you to a certain extent?
Yeah, you
Okay.
to a certain
So you
extent.
don't feel like it happened like 100% on both ends?
Right. Because at the end of the day, it was a lot of healing. So I can only, like, all my experiences with different women and stuff like that. Not saying I'm a hoe out here or anything else like that. So I don't want people to take that left. But
Hoes are okay.
I don't feel like. Let me ask you. I'm not trying to switch the topic. Have y'all ever had a man submit to you?
No.
So have you?
Honestly, I don't.
No.
I don't
Answer
think
the question.
Oh, right. I'm about to tell
Okay.
you. I don't think I know what that looks like.
So for all of us, we don't know what it looked like yet. So I don't feel that we can't talk about it, but I will say that me being able to submit to a woman, I have to be comfortable, which is I feel like it might be vice versa to y'all. I have to be able to be comfortable
But
knowing
what does
that.
that look like? Like, what does it look like for a man to submit to a woman? Because all we hear about is a woman submitting to a man. Woman gotta submit. Blah 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 blah. Black women are submissive. Blah 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 blah. But really, what does it look like for a man to submit
Okay, for
to a
me,
woman?
I will say, being more romantic to a woman, massages. Well, I did submit to in my past relationship. At times, I would say, whenever you came home from work, bath water's already there for you. If you wanted to take a shower, that shower water's there for you. The house is cleaned up. Basically, I gotta get better at cooking. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I would like, whenever that comes, but like I said, being more romantic, shower water, trying new things, exploring, just letting you know, look, get ready by this time. I got a little surprise for us. different type of things like that. For real, that's what I would say. If a woman make me feel comfortable where I can do that or anything else, best believe I'm giving you the world. But I would like that too in back.
In return.
Right.
We did talk a little bit about submission in season 1.
Right, but
And that's something we're going to actually talk about with our mom this season.
Ooh.
Submission.
Mhm.
But I think submission is like just
Submitting.
it's a lot deeper than like just
Submission
doing.
or submitting.
It's the
It's the same thing.
It's the same.
You sure?
It's just a different.
I mean, it's like you can submit sexually, and you can also submit like
Submission and submitting. Is that a word?
I get what you're
Submitting?
saying, but
yeah, no, I think it's the same.
it's
It's the same. It is.
Let's
the
look
same.
But I
that
think
up. Let's
that has
look that
no,
up
but
real
that
quick.
submission has another definition. I know what
Right,
you're talking
right,
about.
right.
But yeah,
Like you can be submissive
Okay,
sexually,
Now.
submissive.
but you can also be submissive in your marriage.
right. I think
It's the,
Okay,
it's
yeah,
the
you-
same word, but it's used differently.
I see
Like,
what you mean.
but it's also it's also like giving in and like to someone else's like power and
Basically,
in both realms. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're the submissive,
I
meaning like I'm doing everything you say, whatever you want. I'm your.
I don't even think it's so much whatever you
It's
say type of
sexually.
thing. Oh, sexually.
Yeah, because
Oh.
we're talking about the difference.
Okay.
But in relationships, it's like when a woman submits to a man, I mean, a lot of men feel like submission is this is my idea for a family, this is my idea for a life with a family, and a woman has to buy into that plan and submit to that leadership. Submission. That's submission.
Okay. So yeah.
So it's both submission in
Let's see what
different
she
ways.
gotta say.
Right. So I think that two things. I think that when you're in accordance with a person, so especially when it comes to marriage, I really think submission is just, or being submissive, I think is being in agreement with each other. Like, you know, like
That's
how
deep.
I could submit to you and you can do the same is us being one and being in agreement with each other. Because a lot of times in relationships, you're kind of together, but you're on two different paths.
Do you
And
agree?
so I don't think it's necessarily like being a yes woman or just
And
like
that's my thing is like, is that what do men really mean? Like when they're saying women aren't submissive or
I
want
think
a
it's different,
submissive
though.
I think you
woman.
touched on it is kind of agreeing to that power, but also men
Because
have to be
being
in
a
a position to lead.
Being a submissive means that there has to be a dominant. And that's not just in
No.
a sexual relationship. That's in a marriage. That's in a relationship. Like there can't be two submissives realistically.
How?
They're just
You
What
can
do you mean?
submit to
How?
each other. I do feel like you
How
can.
can't you? Now, can I
okay.
get
So
your
that's
point
like
on that?
Okay, so an example of that is like this. Like when you would submit to a man, it's like you're submitting, or submit to a woman, you're submitting to their plan for your life,
But that's
to your plan for the family. So say a man's like, you know, I got a job in DC, I'm getting paid this amount of money, we got to move to this because this is the best plan for the family. And the woman's like, well, my career looks like this. And I want to stay here. You need to buy into this plan. This is what I want. No, who's submitting? One person has to submit.
But that's just
In that example,
But that's
for that
that's a
example.
different example. Though.
What about raising children? Like when you want to raise a child in a religious way, and the man, like if you think about cultures and submission for real, like Muslim cultures, African cultures, when you like Indian cultures, when you think about what that looks like, it looks like it don't look like two people submitting to each other. It's never that. Like realistically, it's one person is the head and one person is the tail. And one person has to submit to whatever the other person's plan is for the family.
That's sacrificing.
That's called submission.
That's
that's
also
submission.
sacrificing.
That's submission. Like I think Black people, honestly, African Americans, we really don't know what submission is, and that's why we as a culture
I feel like you agree.
we
I agree.
can't get it right. Our family unit, we can't get it right because we strictly don't know. But when you look, like I said, when you look at them other cultures, look at submission. Look at these women are submitting to their man. Their man, the logical ones, they got the idea, they got the plans, and you follow that. That's what a submissive woman is.
Me, on the other hand, I can only speak for myself. I keep on saying that. There's nothing wrong with you submitting to your woman and letting her have leadership too.
I agree with that.
Along with the man too. So at the end of the day, there's going to be times where within a relationship, you're going to have to be able to be like, all right, take the wheel, babe. And you be passenger. And it switch. But that's all within. So let me ask you this. What is sacrificing then?
I mean, I think that sacrifice is like, it's close, it's really close, like to submission. I think it's close, but just because you make sacrifices here and there doesn't mean that you're submitting. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just feel like
submitting
is being assertive to your person.
No, that's not submission.
Okay, what is it then?
I don't think so either, but I do think that these men, I do agree with what you were saying, but I also feel like there's a lot of men who are not capable of leading, and so we get into these places where men want submission, but they don't have a plan, they don't have nothing. But
men a lot of men confuse like leadership like with being controlling. Does that make sense? They don't know the difference of being controlling and actually leadership. Leadership looks like this. Like I said, this is what is best for the family. This is what's best for our children. This is what's best for our household. I have the best interest for our family, period. That's different than like being controlling. But I feel like a lot of men in our culture feel like submission is, you do what I say. You do exactly what I say you got to do. And if you don't do that, you're not submissive. You're not submissive to me.
You got a point. And I'm not disagreeing to that or anything else, but this is just to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, it's not just what you do what I say. I don't think that is just also just taking what he says into, to a point where you be like, all right, just seeing where he's coming from and everything. Sometimes it's just like, oh, this is what I said, and that's it.
And that's why I feel like us as a culture, like we just don't have it right. We don't really know what submission looks like.
I don't think it always has to be a negative thing. I feel like there's a negative connotation around it, but I don't think that.
I think submission is beautiful. I think it is.
It can be beautiful, but at the end of the day, like you said, what I said earlier, we haven't experienced that yet.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we can only talk about how we would like it. We're also
right. Well, I think that we could go into that for days. We could talk about relationship stuff for days, because y'all, I had so much more to talk about on this episode, but y'all, I feel like we had a good conversation. It got a little deeper than I would have liked it to, but I liked it. But yeah, y'all, this is season 2. Thank y'all so much for tuning in again. We want to thank our guest of the hour, Swavy, for coming on. Thank you so much. We'll put his Instagram in the caption so y'all can follow him, get y'all haircut, all the things, y'all. But we love y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, y'all.
And get therapy.
Yes, everybody.
I'm telling you, it's not a bad thing.